What's up, YouTube pipe smokers? Chet and Nick here again.
Fix my hair. My gosh, look at that hair, dude.
Give up, man, give up. Well, smoking my Peterson pipe again. Got some Mississippi River from Seattle Pipe Club. I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. What you got there, Chet?
I don't know what you put in this. What did you put in this?
You put.
I don't remember putting anything in this.
I was like, you got the same thing I got.
Oh, that Mississippi River?
Yep.
I like that Mississippi River. It's pretty good stuff. I wasn't paying attention. You handed it over here, and I just started putting stuff in there. I'm glad it was tobacco.
Anyway.
We don't have a lot to talk about today. We didn't have anybody write into us about questions and answers, so
we're just kind of winging it today. Just
that shows you how popular we are.
Just in general talk. What's been happening there, Chet?
Well, before we get started, I'd like to say I don't usually smoke, but when I do, I smoke a pipe. But
yeah, I never heard you say that before.
Really? I try to say that a lot, to get people to start smoking pipes because it's a lot better. I think it's a lot better for you if you're going to smoke a pipe. I'll tell you one thing, it makes you look a lot better having a pipe stuck in your face instead of a cigarette, I believe. But that's just my feelings.
That's mighty deep, buddy. Mighty deep.
I've been thinking about that too. Well, anyhow, I've been sitting around the house not doing much this week, and it got cold on me, so I was outside the other day. And
I'm sick of this weather.
I am too. I was
sick of it.
Outside, and the bees. We got so many bees out there. I just couldn't believe all the bees. I'm glad we got them, but I don't know why there's so many of them.
I've just been piddling on my truck this week, trying to get it put together. I got to run out to the junkyard, get a couple interior parts for it. I got bad experiences there with the junkyard.
Really?
Oh yeah. I will tell you, that time I went to, me and my buddy, this one was in high school, he had a pickup truck. He needed a couple parts for. So we decided to go out there to the You Pull It junkyard. We go out there and he finds the truck like his. He jumps down on his back, pulls himself underneath the truck with their tools.
Who's this?
My buddy when I was growing up.
Is that Henry?
Yeah.
I met Henry.
But anyway, about 30 seconds into it, he starts screaming and hollering, his feet just a-kicking. I'm like, what in the world's going on? So he comes out from under that truck and he's covered in bees. There must have been a big old bee nest underneath there. So there's you know how junkyards are. You got your little dirt roads there. There's a little dirt road with a big mud puddle. He dives head first in that thing. Head first, it ain't but about maybe an inch deep. And when he comes out of that thing, he's covered up and his hair's all matted up. Awful looking. Come to find out, he's allergic to bees. So we had to leave. I had to take him to the emergency room. We got there and I went up front and told him, I said, this guy's got to see somebody quick because his face done swollen up. He looked like the Elephant Man. It was awful looking. So,
He had mud all over.
Oh, it's terrible.
He had cuts too, didn't he?
Oh, it's terrible. But there's a guy standing up at the counter talking to the receptionist lady, and he's trying to tell her what his problem was, and he's sticking his finger up in his mouth and, oh, well. I kept telling her that, and she couldn't understand what he was saying. And I'm like, I think he says he's got a fish hook stuck in his mouth. The guy had a fish hook wedged up in the top of his mouth. I don't know how he got it up in there. But anyway, my buddy, he survived. We went back later and got that part for that truck. So,
talking about fish hooks. My father liked to go fishing a lot. And I never cared much for fishing. I started out liking it, but my gosh, every day, he'd come home from work in the summertime, I guess, because our winters were so long. But anyhow, he'd come home and he'd say, "We're going fishing." So I'd go get we had a gun cabinet that had all the fishing tackle and stuff in it. Well, the last time we went fishing, I'd taken all them fishing rods and set them in there. I just threw them in there and shut the door. So when Dad went in there to get the fishing rods, he reaches in and they're all mangled, right? He's all upset. So he's working. He's yelling, cussing at me, and finally he gets my fishing rod out and he says, "Here, take that." So I grab a hold of it and I yank it and I'm starting to walk away and I hear my dad going, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And I look, he's on his knees following me and I hooked him through the ear. And I had to go outside and get the needle nose pliers to cut that off, cut the barb off. And I come back in, I'm like 14. And I'm reaching down there, and I'm cutting the barb off. As soon as I get it cut off, he starts smacking the tar out of it. Oh, man. Memories.
Hey, speaking of fishing, I'm working on me a new pipe tapper. It's not dry yet. A little old. I made it look like a fishing lure. It's still wet like that, but it's perfect little tapper here. Like I said, it's still drying. Hasn't dried yet, but I think it's pretty cool. Can't wait to try that thing when it dries up. So, anyway.
Hey Nick, I gotta ask you something. My dad smoked a pipe his whole life, and he passed away when I was 16 years old, back in the 70s. But lighting these pipes, I don't remember watching him light pipes as much as we have to light them today. Is there a difference in the tobacco? Because he could light up his pipe, and he smoked half and half. That's all he ever smoked was half and half. But he would light his pipe once. I don't ever recall him having to keep lighting his pipe like I have to. Now, the other day I smoked, and I smoked the whole pipe, and I never had to relight. So what's up with that?
I don't know. I think back then, like you said he smoked half and half. That's probably about his go-to about every time. So he knew that tobacco. He knew how to dry it out. And nowadays, heck, I don't smoke the same tobacco in a row. I mean, I'm always changing up, and each tobacco has its own moisture content and stuff like that. Factors into how it burns. So I don't know. Maybe it's called. Maybe back then.
See, look how many times you lit yours up.
Well.
And something else.
I don't think it's inconvenient. I kind of enjoy it.
Is that part of your smoking?
Yeah.
Something else. I never seen him use a tapper. He never had a tapper to use. He always either used his finger, but I never seen him use a tapper. So.
I don't know. I can't answer that one.
So
I think it makes it burn easier. You keep it packed in there pretty good. You get a little bit better burn. But maybe he used his finger to tap it as he was smoking. You think so?
I don't know. I don't remember. But he'd always smoked a pipe. He'd get up in the morning, knock his pipe out in our stainless steel sink, wake everybody up. So, got anything else there, Nick?
No, I know it's not a lot of information today. We just kind of get on here and just shoot the bull.
I really don't have anything. I mean, nothing exciting has happened to me this week. Feeling a lot better, getting out there and trying to do stuff now. Worked on the fence yesterday, and that was it. Got rained out, came in the house, and that's about all we got done. So this weather here is just, one day it's 75 degrees, and the next day it's 60. So
yep.
It's really.
I want to clear up. I got me a nice Boston butt sitting in my freezer. I'm gonna throw it on the slow cooker. Start up about 6 o'clock that morning. Let it go all day. Just can't get out there right now with the weather the way it is. Get that done. But no, I ain't got nothing else, Chet. So
well, I guess we'll sign off, and y'all have a good day, and send us in some questions so we can answer them for you. You know, just send us stuff in to Chet and Nick, and we'll answer some questions, and because we need some questions out there. It doesn't have to be with pipe smoking. It can be about anything, and we'll give you our 2 cents worth, I guess.
yep, just put them in down there at the bottom of the comment section, and on our next video, we'll get to them. And like I said, if we don't know the answer, we can make one up.
Yeah, we'll make something up.
We'll make
in
it
a
up.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
We'll make
sound
something
good.
up.
Oh.
That's just how we are. So, what's your sign off there, Nick?
Anyway, take care, pipe smokers. Live free or die.